this magical place. Where am I? Why am I talking like Mickey Mouse? I bet you didn't notice how so all elves talk. That was weird. I'm just gonna move on now. Hello everybody. Why not? We're switching with sound effects. So hello, my name is Elfy McElferton. I am in this place. I am looking for my brother. Perhaps you have seen his glorious elf movie. He is my brother. His name is Will Ferrell. He is a very large elf. He's like me, but like 1.15 more me. Have you figured out yet that we don't know what we're doing for this elf intro? Okay, good. Yeah, same here. All right, guys, it is December. It is time for some Christmassy-based stuff, or Hanukkah, any of the winter holidays of your personal choice. Today, I am the Elfman, and today as the Elfman, we are going to extrapolate on what we learned last week, which was our Kong vault. Now what we're going to learn is called our down Kong. A down Kong is basically coming off of an object and Konging onto a lower object and then dropping down to the ground. Yay! It's very important this time to make sure those wrists are nice and warmed up because you are going to be taking all of the impact right here onto your wrist, up through your forearm. It's going to be intense. So we're going to do some warm-up exercises. We're going to do some wrist rolls, forward, backwards, a little bit of these guys, a little bit of these guys, a little bit of the side to sides. That's nice. Personal, really good one that works really nice and well for your fingers and your forearms. More of an aerial silk one. We go here, 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 here. That's like a beat you can dance to. And now my forearm's little one. Yay! All right, guys. Woo! This is going to be interesting because these elf shoes are incredibly slippery. So let's see how well this works. We're going to start with our 60-second breakdown. You guys ready? Oh yeah. So a down Kong is basically when I'm on an object and instead of jumping down to my feet like a precision or any other kind of thing, I'm gonna be jumping into my Kong position. You gotta remember when you're doing this that although it's kind of scary, you have to go in an upside down angle. Your hips must be much higher than your shoulders. As we learned last week with our regular Kong, our shoulders have to be in front of our hands before we can grip it and rip it and pop our knees through. So when I do this one here, you're gonna notice that as I'm jumping forward, my hands are gonna grab, my butt is going to be up very high above me, but I have to let my shoulders pass my hands before I throw through and tuck my knees in order to be able to do my down Kong. Woo! Yay! I'm alive! I did it! My wrist don't hurt! Woo! All right. As you tuck through and extend your legs for the landing, make sure you are popping your chest up. A lot of times when people learn this one, it's hard for them to get their chest up, so make sure you have a nice solid shoulder roll so if you can pop and pop yourself up, and then run away to go make presents. Yay! You know that guy doesn't even pay us for presents? Like, we just hang out in the North Pole all year long, making presents. You know what the worst part? He imports those dudes from China. True story, I just made up right now. All right, my beautiful little toy makers. It is very important when we start on this down Kong that we realize that these ones take a lot of upper body strength as well as coordination and timing in the thing that we're doing. So a really good drill that you can do is called a Puma. And a Puma is a slightly more advanced strength move, but you don't have to do it all the way. We just do a little baby Puma. It's just a little tiny kitty, okay? A Puma is basically where you jump, you dive to your hands, and you catch yourself in like a bent arm tucked push-up position. Looks a little like this. You basically go here, and usually with a Puma, you push into a handstand, woo! And you feel really cool. In this case, all we want to be able to do is make sure that when we jump to this guy, that our arms are not just going to give out with our body weight and the momentum that's coming down with it and crack our face into the ground. Funny to watch, not fun to participate in. So good practice is just coming down and seeing if you can jump. You don't need to go really far, just a little bit for now. Getting our hips up above our shoulders, just like we did in our Kong or our Kong down. In this case with the Kong down, it's much more vertical. So we're going to try to pop our booty up just a little bit, jump in and see if we can catch ourselves with our hands. If you notice when you do this, that you are going down and your face is touching the ground, you're going into your face and then drop into a knee, onto your stomach, any of that fun stuff. then I highly recommend that you do not start doing your down Kong, especially not a really big drop. Remember, you can start these as small as you need to. There is absolutely no reason you need to have a big gap or a big drop. Again, a good place to learn this is with a mat, a spring floor, or nice fluffy grass. Don't be trying this on the concrete, because then you mess up, you land on your face, you scrape it all off, and you grow up to look like our social media manager, Nathan. And nobody wants that. That's just really awkward for everybody involved. Wouldn't you guys think so? Yes, yes. It's funny because Nathan's behind the camera. Oh, no. All right, guys, so with these down Kongs, it's kind of like the Kong tutorial from last week. A lot of the really big details for how to do a Kong were on last week's tutorial, so I highly recommend watching that, because we're not going to go over all the exact same thing since it's 90% the same. We're just going over the changes today. So with that down Kong, everything we were talking about, we want to start very small and progress up. Especially if you're not a person that does a lot of handstands all day long. Like I said, practicing the Puma is really good. This is a lot of upper body strength, control, and coordination, and you don't want to be falling on your face. It's no fun. So what you can do is you can start with something very small like this. This guy right here is maybe 8 inches tall, and what I can practice doing is a slight drop down. It's not going to be a lot for me right now, and that's great because that's where we want to start. You can start by going off of a curb, a small planter. I recommend if you're going to do it, pick something where, if you're going to do it outside, where there's grass underneath. That way if you do fall down, because if you do mess up, it's either face or knees. Either way, not something you want slamming into concrete. So what I can do here is, unlike this one, where I went from a high object to a medium object and landing on the ground, I can build my way up there by just dropping one level instead of two. I can come here and start as small as I feel comfortable. I don't need a big swing, I don't need a big jump. I can do this little tiny reach. And all I'm really trying to do here is wherever I place my hands. In fact, let's do this. I'm gonna move it a little closer to you guys, because these lines on the ground are great for getting us a really good idea of what's going on here. So watch how tiny this guy is. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna put my hands on the line, and all I have to have happen for this to work is to get my feet past the line, because then I would actually be dropping down to the ground. If I can land this in a position where I'm not falling on my face, I know that I can actually do it with a drop at the end. I come here, hands on the line, boop, feet past the line. Imagine there's another drop right there, and I'm totally good to go. I can practice the same thing here. Although this is a bit of a bigger drop, this is about 3 times as big. It's the same general concept. I'm coming here, as my hands reach down, I'm gonna pop my legs through, just like we practice in our Kong. As I'm doing it, my hips go up above my shoulders. I wait till my shoulders roll forward past my wrists, and as soon as they do, I'm throwing the block behind me, popping my chest up with my chin leading the way, and then pulling my knees and tucking through the middle. So I can come right here, whoop, and there I go. I have my nice big landing. Again, when you start this, start small. A very, very common thing, like we just talked about here, is, oh my God, it got free! We can fix that in post. Just like Nathan's face. He's gonna do horrible things to me in the editing room. I know he is.
All right. Very common one. If I try to do this and I do not get my legs through fast enough, I do not get a good throw, a good, as I like to say, grip it and rip it, it's gonna look a little bit. I may have just farted a little bit, I'm sorry. Woo, the life of an elf.
Okay, so here, if I don't, it's gonna come here. Very, very, very common thing. So, if you realize as you start to go that your arms are giving out, your shoulders are giving out, you're going to clip your toes, something. Practice a shoulder roll position first. So we're gonna go here. I stand at the edge of whatever my down Kong object is. I have one foot on top. Usually I like to put my power leg, I'm a righty, so I'll put my right leg on here. Still always recommend doing both. And what I'm going to do from here is, as I fall, I'm gonna let go, bring the hand, and practice my shoulder roll. Okay? This is just your way of practicing a safety thing. I'm coming down. Usually it's the other side that doesn't want to stay. I don't think this thing likes me as an elf. I hope it likes me better when I'm a Santa Claus in 2 weeks.
Definitely not this morning, shot on the same day, because that would just be crazy stuff. Okay, so here we go.
Go ahead. Oh, it's not gonna work. Place the foot, coming down, and directly into my shoulder roll. Start small, practice your safety stuff. As you feel comfortable, go directly into the down Kong. After you've landed on a small thing, slowly, incrementally build it up until you can do a nice, big, giant one, and you feel super duper safe. You know what doesn't feel safe? Working in Santa's factories. You know why? No overtime pay? You know, it's cold, man. I don't know. I just like, you know, you work all year long for one day of the week. Let's be honest here. He can just import it all from China. I mean, did you ever try to make a present for 7 billion people when each one's customized? I mean, that's why we got AliExpress, right? What is this thing? Come on, Santa. We live in a new age. I can order this stuff from my smartphone. You need to get on it, big boy. You need to get on it. I'm out. Wait, nope, I lied. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Help out the elves everywhere. Because if you do, then you'll know we have lots of hair. I got nothing there, it just rhymed though. It was an AABA.
Hey there. I'm Elfy McElferton.